And welcome to Volume 8 of Keepin' It a Buck, a Down the Sideline media production. If you're new to the program, welcome. And if you're one of our road warriors,
Let's go.
from 1 to now 8, welcome back. But this is Volume 8, and Ace, do we have some stuff to talk about?
Some stuff to talk about today,
unreal
man.
developments that have happened in the NFL, both draft and non-draft.
Real life.
You said it. Volume 7 is the gift that keeps on giving. I'm telling you, it's a soap opera at this point.
Absolutely.
We've got the NFL draft. We've got Mike Vrabel, the head coach of the Patriots. He went, man, first we had Dak.
Right.
Dak was slipping on the Bachelorette party.
Right.
Now we got this dude with a reporter.
Man.
Out in Sedona, Arizona. That shows something ground.
I can talk about it when we get there.
We're going to get there.
Yes, sir.
We've got the draft. We had the WNBA draft last night. Some controversy, number one. Some people are feeling the draft pick. Some people thinking it's a situation where we're getting our girlfriend together on the team. But anyway, a whole lot of stuff to talk about on the show. Welcome to Volume 8. And I guess without any further ado, let's just get into it.
Let's get into it, man.
Big breaking news, Ace. Yeah. So I was sitting, I believe, in a hotel.
Okay.
And I saw some pictures.
Okay.
And it was of Mike Vrabel, the head coach of the New England Patriots.
Okay.
And it was with Dianna Russini, who was with The Athletic and with the New York Times. Used to be on ESPN.
Yeah.
She's dabbled in some other areas, but she's a well-known reporter, not only in sports, but the NFL.
Yeah.
They're pictured getting comfortable. Nothing crazy, but there was a shot where we're holding hands, and there's a shot where we're in a pool.
Yeah.
And it goes viral.
Yeah.
Like anything does in the NFL.
Right.
Then it comes out that they both released statements saying there's nothing to see.
Nothing to see here.
It's just, hey, I was part of a group of a bunch of other people, 6 people, friends. Here we go, what to do. Well, this is where the story for them takes a hard left.
Yeah.
There's no friends in the shot.
Yeah.
People with their investigative reporting found out where this place is. Apparently, in order to get where they were.
Talk about it.
In order to get where you were, Ace, the hotel has strict rules on their rooftop, which is where they were.
Yeah.
Mr. Vrabel, Miss Russini were following the rules of the hotel.
Yeah.
And Ace, this is the rule to get up on that rooftop.
What's the rule, man?
It's a 2-person, 1 king bed bungalow. I'm going to say that again for those out there that you're not too sure about the details here. 2 people are allowed on that rooftop. It's a bungalow with 1 king bed.
Yeah.
Which means the only way you get on that rooftop is if you are one of 2 people.
You got to have access.
And you have to have that access.
You got to have access.
So that means that we could have been hanging out with 6 people downstairs across the street at a bar. But to get up there, it's intimate.
Yeah.
That's where you take your girl to see the sunset with the mountains.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
That's where you go when you're trying to make an impression. That's where you go where you're trying to get out of the spotlight.
Yeah.
Where you don't want to be seen.
Yeah.
You can be comfortable.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Vrabel, Mrs. Russini, both who are married, both who have kids, both who right now are running like chickens with these canned statements, which we'll get into later.
Yeah.
Ace, what in the heck is going on, bro?
Listen, who was that cat that they was at a concert and they got a shot of them? He was at his
yes, that was Coldplay.
This kind of reminds me of the little Coldplay situation.
Yes.
Listen, cuz, check this out. I have visited Sedona, Arizona a time or two. As you know, I spent a lot of time. I lived in Tucson for about 14 years.
Yes, sir.
And me and my ex-wife, we took a gander up to Sedona.
Okay.
And this is what I could tell you. Now I've done some friend trips.
Talk to me.
I've done some couple trips.
Okay.
When y'all go on friend trips, we find ourselves in places like Las Vegas, Nevada, Los Angeles, or Miami, or taking a cruise. I've never taken a group friend trip to Sedona. Not saying that couldn't happen, but I'm just saying I've never. Because Sedona is set up specifically for very few things. First of all, it's picturesque. It's beautiful, beautiful place. Like you mentioned, sunsets, the weather's great. There's some weird people in Sedona. You know, they do weird things. A lot of astrology, a lot of reading your palms, a lot of that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of places for you and your significant other to dip in, to hang out a little bit. And what I gotta say is, number one, I'm not buying what they talking about.
No,
because there is absolutely no reason, no reason. If you were there with friends,
correct.
Wow, I was married for 27 years. You a happily married man now. There's no reason if I'm on a work trip, if I'm on a trip with the homies, that me and some female decide we're going to break off from the group and we're going to go, hey, come check out my bungalow. Because in the upstairs of my bungalow, I got a little private place we can come hang out at. Not happening, brother. So, man, he got caught up. He's messed up. Belichick would never. He would never, man.
Good old Belly.
Old Belichick, you know what I'm saying? You like him young, but he's smart with his, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, man, I don't know, man. But what I can say, I know my old Coach V, he got married back in 1999, and I doubt he needed a prenup back then. He probably wish he had one now, depending on what he's dealing with at home. But, you know, yeah, he messed up, bro.
Messed up. And I'm going to speak on Vrabel in a second.
Okay.
But I want to get to Miss Russini.
Talk about her.
Miss Russini, people are upset and people are, what? I'm just going to say it how it is, because Miss Russini's a savage.
Yeah.
A complete and utter savage. She has been on podcasts, on shows, talking about her husband, talking about him in ways where he ain't nothing special. You know, if he was more beautiful or more picturesque as the sunset in Sedona, I would be posting him more.
Right.
You trashing this dude.
Right.
You got kids by this man.
Right.
So when it came out, I'm thinking, wait a second. We're now in the journalistic world.
Right.
We're now in the world where we have to keep our feet and our toes on the ground and everything and anything. So when the name Dianna Russini comes up, I know exactly who she is. She's a softer version, in my opinion, of Joy Taylor. Okay. You a savage.
Okay.
You just a straight up savage.
Yeah.
If people remember, Joy Taylor came out and she was talking about, hey, if the right opportunity comes up, if he's making the right kind of money, it don't matter what kind of person that is. You go head first in it.
Yep.
Russini, to me, I'm bashing the husband over here. He ain't special over there. Talking about trips in Miami. She made a comment how there's things my husband doesn't know about a trip in Miami. What went down in Miami. You are a capital S to the E, savage. It's savage behavior.
Black Widow.
This is where things for me take a hard left for her.
Okay.
Savages do a couple things. They know they in the dirt. So they set up these little landmines.
Okay.
Because everyone knows you're a savage.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring up a name that people may be familiar with, they may not be familiar with, but there's a senator in California that's in a lot of trouble right now.
Okay.
He's running for governor, and he's in a situation where some stuff came out. He denied it, vehemently denied it, but then a video came out.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to get to him in a second, but now he's having to face the music. Russini, I'm sure, knew people know how I move, because I'm going to bring up another situation with her where she got in a fight because apparently her and another woman were at Sean McVay's beck and call back when he was with the Washington football team. I'm not going to say the name they used to be, but you know the name they used to be.
Right.
And so she's been in this stuff before.
Yeah.
She made in her statement a very important comment. She goes, there's nothing to see here. Yeah. But then she later says in the statement, this stuff happens. Essentially, this is where journalists and other people in the world of sports or in the world of football, we get together on the side and we have conversation and we hang out. She did that, I think, for multiple reasons, Ace. Yeah. She did it, number one, to validate what's going on, to hide, but you can't hide at this point because more information is coming out. You're being investigated. The truth's going to come out. But the number two thing is she knows where the bodies are buried, Ace.
Yeah.
She knows the other journalists that are getting involved in things they shouldn't be getting involved with. Yeah. She knows the other coaches. I read an article where apparently a lot of the coaches, they're known to have these little situations potentially, or these little side conversations, side meetups with these journalists, which creates its own issues big time. But she basically put or laid the table for, I'm going to booby trap you. You want to get cute? You want to comment on it? You want to be a certain reporter and be on the high ground, the holy ground?
Right.
Oh, no, I got something for you.
Right.
Because I'm going to start spilling the beans.
Right.
Don't let me get in front of a camera. Don't let me start saying A person over here, B person over here. So she's a savage. I think her career's done. She's being investigated by The Athletic, who at first kind of stood by her, but then when more information came out, is let's distance ourselves as quickly as possible, because Ace, you got a problem now. She was writing and talking a lot about the Patriots leading up to this. Now you're thinking, okay, you're having an extramarital affair or relationship with this man. You trying to help him out because you ain't going to your husband about how the day was. You're going to Coach Mike. And now it's there's an ethical issue here on immense proportions. So that's number one. The second issue here is, where does this leave women and their journalistic ability to be not only transparent, but their endeavors? Because now this lady has brought a dark cloud over that. Every time now you may see a pretty face or someone wants to get a good scoop and they're doing their job. And it's okay to look pretty. It's okay to do your job. There's nothing wrong with it. But it's like, remember Dianna Russini? Is this a Dianna Russini moment? What's going on? Because we've had the Joy Taylor. That was, that's icky. Now we got this. And it's in close proximity of each other. So I just, I hope that doesn't come into question. But it's one of those things where it's another dark cloud for the NFL.
But I think it does, man. I think it does come into question. But I think that's just our society right now. So we talked about a few weeks ago, a few episodes ago, about the brother, the Michigan coach, and how when he went through his situation, he probably put future black head coach candidates in peril based off of his actions. The same thing can be said about this minority group, women. So when you find yourselves in this situation, that's why it's very important that minority groups, man, I kind of changed the subject a little bit.
No, you're good.
But minority groups, man, you have to be on top of your game. Because unfortunately, when it comes to minority groups, whether it's African Americans, Asians, women, whatever you want to say, what you want to say, anything except a white man. You have to be on top of your game, because you, unfortunately, when you mess up,
everyone messes up.
Everyone messed up. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, the folks that are in power, they're looking at what happened in that situation and say, you know what? I don't even want to put my company. I don't want to even put my team. I don't want to even put my organization in a position that this can happen to us. So, ma'am, you're not hired. Sir, you start tomorrow.
That's exactly it. Or you look at a situation where, if you follow sports, you know who Doris Burke is. She's the lady with the NBA. But she's more seasoned. And it's one of those situations where obviously anybody can get in a situation like that. But it's one of those things where it's probably less likely. Let me get to Coach Mike. Let's kind of shift to him. You were the head coach of the New England Patriots. And the funny thing is, you're not going to get the hammer blow with this situation professionally. Like Dianna Russini is, because I'm just the coach. It's just like a professional Kobe Bryant, right? Now, I'm not going to get into the fact that he did something that he had to go to, court for, and it was something that could have been very, very ridiculous and horrible. But, apparently he cheated on his wife from time to time. Shaq, Michael Jordan, all these big time guys, they've been dipping and diving, right? So the coaches fall in that too. It's the same thing. We're on the same bus, we're on the same planes. He used to play. It's whatever. It's part of the culture. He's a chicken though. So he puts out a statement like Russini, which is even more damning in my opinion, because it's the same statement. So y'all are in cahoots together. But he should have been at a pre-draft press conference yesterday. He doesn't show up. The executive vice president of player personnel shows up, stands in his place, and now all the focus now on the draft is gone from these young men that are going to be drafted by the Patriots. Because what you can't avoid is when you draft these players and you get in front of those cameras in Boston and you unveil these draft picks, you're going to be there. The GM's going to be there. These kids are going to be holding up their jerseys. And then the first question after all
going to come up,
Mr. Vrabel, Arizona, coaches meeting, NFL.
Talk about it.
What the heck were you doing on that rooftop? And why haven't you come out and said anything? You said nothing was going to happen, but with all the fanfare and all this person's talking about it, that person's talking about it, Why are we talking about it? So it's a big distraction, but bro, you are a chicken.
Yeah.
And what I really don't like here is Coach Vrabel, it's none of our business. We'll say it again.
Yeah.
It's just like the Dak situation. It ain't none of my business.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am no judge of man. I'm not sitting here and acting like I'm holier than thou. Because Lord knows, as God is looking down on this conversation right now, he's probably looking straight at me like, bro, you done tripped, you done fell, you ain't perfect, brother.
Right.
But again, given what we're doing, I have to talk about it, and I have to say, I've never been in that situation, but I would know if I have done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
And my kids, he's got 2 kids in their 20s, 2 men at that. Dad, what's good? What's this? I didn't do nothing. Well, look, mom's in tatters. You gotta say something better than this canned approach to it was just with friends. I've never even seen you with this lady. I never know y'all were tight like that. Why are you holding her hands like that? You are locked. You are locked with her hands. Like you were locked with mama's hands when you renewed your vows potentially. Or you walked down the beach. Bro, it's ugly. And you sitting there quiet as a field mouse. So it's like, look, I'm no judge. But brother, if you didn't do anything, if you're as innocent as you say, you taking a weird road.
But also, man, I will add to that, man. It's funny we having this conversation, man, because I just dealt with something a couple of weeks ago. And I made a Facebook post about it.
Talk to me, dog.
Along the lines of, facing the sins of your past. And so, my baby girl came to me with some information that she got wind of from when she was a shorty, about some of my actions, as a young whippersnapper, married man with kids, and she had found out some things. And this is what I found, man. When you faced with a scenario, because I've been in the Mikey situation, you know what I'm saying? And when you in that situation, the best thing, man, that I would tell any young man that's out there or any young woman that's under the sound of my voice, face the music, man. There comes a time in your life where you're going to have to face the sins of your past. If you did it, you did it. But if you continue to hold on to it, you give certain individuals power because they can dangle that little thing across your face. The best thing the coach could do right now for the sake of his marriage and for the sake of the relationship with his kids is just say whatever the truth is, whatever that is. I'm not saying what the man's truth was. I wasn't there. All I could see what was on camera, okay? But whatever that man's truth is, the best thing for him to do is just to say, yep. This is the situation I was in, son. I messed up. I hope you could forgive me. And be done with it, brother. Because that's when healing can start. But as long as you keep trying to play me like I'm stupid and covering up and you literally holding hands with this woman like this, brother. Now, it's one thing if you in a hot tub, Pops, you tripping. Why is you in a hot tub with this lady? Well, she was interviewing me. You might be able to get away with that, but still in the back of people's head. Like, why you interviewing in a hot tub? You can do that downstairs. You set yourself up, Pops. You put yourself in a bad situation. But once that physical touch happened, cuz, and you gotta own that, man, and you gotta explain to that. So yeah, facing his sins and really just coming up. Being honest with his family, that's the best thing for that brother to do right now. And anybody that's out there, that's the best thing. Once you're caught, you're caught. Just say what you did and move on.
I think that's not only great advice, but again, everybody's going to go through something. With Dianna Russini, this is her lifestyle. And again,
the course.
And here it is. I'm not here to judge her. No, I'm just here to say, we're going to call a spade a spade. We're going to keep it a buck. This is what you like to do. And it's if you're for the streets, you for the streets. That's it. You're just for the streets. You know what? I tried to be married. Tiger Woods tried to be married. He was in the news. He's flipping a car over again. Like we're a billionaire. We ain't got a line to a driver to drive us home.
Bro, he can afford the super Ubers, man.
Bro, you can literally own half the company. Man. But I mean, like, bro, but some of these people, they keep making these decisions, and it's just, you are who you are.
You are who you are.
It is what it is. A giraffe doesn't eat meat. It eats plants. A lion kills for food. It is what it is. They're both animals, but a square peg and a round hole, both shapes, they're different. And it's for Dianna Russini at this point, what she needs to do, her and Joy Taylor, y'all should get a podcast. Call it Young and the Restless.
Talk about it.
I mean, just get into it.
Yeah.
And you'll make a lot of money.
And monetize it.
Let's go. We are savages. Yeah. We don't care. This is what we do. We out in these streets.
Keep your husbands in the house.
This is what it is. If your husband is out and he's doing something positive, guess what? We are on the prowl.
Right. Keep him in the crib.
100. This is the last thing I'm gonna say on Dianna.
Yeah.
I am sick and tired of narratives out there where it's always about the man.
Yep.
It's always about the man. You can't trust a man and they can't help themselves and they can't restrain themselves. Ladies, come up to home plate.
Yeah.
Right? Get ready for some pitches.
Pull up a table.
Because y'all are scandalous too. Don't act like, hey, I don't want to hear about Crimea River and all that. Y'all are intelligent.
Yeah.
Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know when the crown command and woe is me and oh my gosh and what to do. This is proof. Yeah. Men are not the only type of savages. Yeah. Y'all women are out here on some game.
Out here, bro.
On some game.
Out here.
And man. I'll tell you this. I'm going to keep it a book.
Keep it a book, man.
I've seen with my own eyes.
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah.
People working.
Yeah.
Just and here it is. If that's you, that's you.
That's you.
But don't be telling me. Don't be acting like,
Yep.
No.
Yep.
You said it best. Approach it for what it is.
Yep.
I'm out in these streets, and I know people. They live that lifestyle.
You outside.
One of my really good friends. This is dating me. This is 15, 20 years ago.
Okay.
This dude was 100. Played ball in Europe.
Yeah.
Really good dude. Any room he walked in, the room lit up.
Yeah.
He was. I've never seen someone that was able to attract like a bead of honey like this dude.
Yeah.
I would go out with him and it was instantaneous, Ace.
Yeah.
And he was always like, well, I want something consistent. I want a woman that can hold me down and all that. I used to tell that dude, you ain't that I feel you. That's something to go after. That ain't you.
Yeah.
Because this is you. You can't help yourself when the attention gets to 100, which is fine.
Yeah.
But you gonna have to change. Just like Magic Johnson said, he didn't marry Cookie because he knew I'm a Laker and I'm enjoying this life.
That's it.
But he took the approach of Cookie, you gonna have to wait.
Right.
Because I got work to do.
Right.
That Forum Club or whatever the hell it's called.
I'm gonna be there.
Right. And I'm gonna be there every night.
Right.
You know, so that's on Dianna. Coach Vrabel, I think you said it best. He has to open himself up.
For your family, bro.
For the family.
For your family
Start
and nobody
the recuperation process.
Man. Yeah.
And just go from there. But interesting news. And I wish everyone the best.
Absolutely.
I think we always say that. Yeah. There's kids involved. There's family involved. But Dianna, you figure your thing out. I'm sure there's been a lot of... I would hate to be in that situation, Ace.
Man.
I thought about it. You know my wife.
Yes.
You know her. If I pulled some mess like that, Ace, I'm coming home.
Bro.
I'm going to try to flip on the light switch. The lights ain't going to turn on.
You better turn around.
And I'm telling you, it's going to be something hefty. There ain't going to be no times to explain.
Yeah.
It's just going to be like, I'm going to give you a 5-second head start. After that, it's game, dog. Yeah. So good luck to you as the world turns. That was our first segment of Volume 8. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about the NBA playoffs. We got a big NBA playoffs about to start. We got play-in about to kick off. And we're going to work our way into the first round and what we think is going to happen come May and June. Stay tuned.